Now, I absolutely promise that we've got something with a little bit of meat on the bone coming, but in the meantime there are a few key features that I still need to run through, and under the spotlight this time are our pro features. Now, we've broken these down into three key areas: the player agents, the scouting centre and the telemetry centre, and they're bundled up into our bronze, silver and gold packages. So the bronze comes with the player agents, the silver comes with the player agents and scouting centre, and the gold comes with the player agent, scouting centre and the telemetry centre. So I'll kick off by covering the player agents feature. And this is something we set up because we all know that the struggle on a Friday afternoon is real. Now, I'm sure many of you pop off to relieve yourself, and for many others it's probably just a ruse to get that time to be able to put your team together, but as soon as somebody knocks on that cubicle door, the game's up. You've got to stop swiping through looking for teams, and you've run out of time to put your team together. Now, all of the information available in the player agents is available online. You can find that in your favourite social media streams, just flicking through and finding those team announcements. But wouldn't it be easier if there were some little dots next to each of the players telling you whether they were playing or not? Just think that time you go to the toilet, they might think you actually went for number 1 and not number 2. So a green disc on the left indicates that a player is starting, silver shows that they're on the bench, and red shows that they're not selected. If it's blank, then we're still waiting for information on that player. And if it's yellow, then they've got a bye week and they're not playing in that game week. Pretty simple then. And for the sake of convenience and probably the anxiety of your colleagues, it's a no-brainer. Next up then is the scouting centre. Now, everybody loves a stat. Actually, that's not true. Not everybody loves a stat. Those people who don't love stats don't love stats. I love stats. You're all fantasy players. We all love stats. Everyone loves a stat, but in isolation and without context, it doesn't necessarily mean much. So we've written a whole raft of algorithms that break down player information so that you can see whether a player is valuable to your team or not. Now, to illustrate this, I'm going to pull up the profile of fantasy favourite George Ford. Now, I'm going to show you his report for Leicester rather than England because it includes a few extra areas that our international fantasy games don't. Now, you can see he's got a high recommendation from the scouting team already, and if we click on the number, we can see more detail on how this was calculated. So immediately we can see that the areas are colour coded. The greener they are, the better. If they're red, they're highlighting areas that might be of concern. So on the left we can see that Ford has high ratings for his projected scores, injury status, age and form. Conversely, on the right, cost, versatility, defensive value and international duty are concerning areas. So there we go, all of that information is consolidated together and creates that number that you can see at the top of the screen there. Look out too for our player cards that are going to pop over the next couple of weeks in our videos as we look at who you should be choosing for your team and pool reviews as we head into the World Cup, because the numbers that we include on those are taken directly from these scouting recommendations that you've just seen. And so finally we move on to the telemetry centre. Now, this gives you access to all of the statistics and data that we use to drive and power the game, and not really much more to say on that really. It's lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of numbers. So there we go, that's our pro features in a rather large nutshell. Thanks for staying with me through the course of this video, and thank you to everybody who purchases upgrades. It keeps this game running and keeps us going and keeps us all having fun. As ever, hit that like and subscribe button, follow us on your favourite social media channel and look out for the next video where I'm going to be talking about our Support Your Club initiative.